Intro Algebra Lesson 1-3A. Take a moment and evaluate the following expression. 6 plus 3 times 2 minus 2 times x. 6 plus 3 times 2 minus 2 times 4 plus 3 times 2. I know that we are not going to use this symbol for multiplication, that too easily confused with variables, the x variable, but in this case I wanted to make sure it would stand out for everybody. It's possible that if not everyone follows the same order of operations, that someone might get the wrong answer for this. Somebody might go and get 134. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 18 minus 2 is 16. 16 times 4 is 64. 64 plus 3 is 67. And 67 times 2 is 134. So I've seen a lot of people get 134 from this. But we really should get 10. And the reason is order of operations. If we don't follow the order of operations, we could get a different answer. And then we're no longer communicating the same language. So as far as the order of operations are concerned, we need to do one thing first. Deal with anything inside grouping symbols. Anything inside grouping symbols needs to be done first. You look at the problem, you find grouping symbols, you do everything inside there. They could be parentheses, they could be brackets, but they could also be a situation where you have a top and a bottom, because that's a grouping symbol. So any of those three scenarios, take care of them first. If you had a top and a bottom, do everything on top, do everything on the bottom, and then divide last. After you've taken care of all your information inside those parentheses, and it's possible you might have more parentheses inside them, you must go all the way inside and work your way back out. Next step, evaluate any powers. That's the exponents, the small number to the top right of the base. Deal with any exponents. Next comes the place where most people make the mistake. They think they have to do all the multiplication first, when in fact you must do all the multiplication and or division from the left side of the problem to the right. So you start on the problem and you start looking to the right. If you come to a multiplication or division side, take care of the two numbers around it. If division's first, do the division first. If multiplication comes first, do multiplication first. But no matter what, start on the left and work your way right. The next mistake is very similar to that one. It has to do with addition and subtraction. Again, work from left to right. Don't look for all the addition first. Don't look for anything else. Just do the addition or subtraction as you come to it from left to right. So if I follow this order on this problem here, and we actually paid attention to those order of operations, I have no grouping symbols. I have no powers, so I skip those first two steps. I am going to do the multiplication as I see it from left to right, which means this is going to make 6, this is going to make 8, this is going to make 6. I still have plus, minus, and plus this 6. None of that has changed. Those are all still there. Next, I'm supposed to work on addition and subtraction from the left of the problem to the right. 6 plus 6, that makes 12. 12 minus 8 plus 6. I'm not going to take 8 and add 6 and get 14, because then 12 minus 14 would give me negative 2. I'm going to work from left to right. 12 minus 8 is 4, and 4 plus 6 equals 10. The correct order of operation gives me that value. Again, working from left to right, any multiplication and or division. There was no division in this problem. That's how to look for. Alright? Now we evaluate this problem. We must pay attention to order of operations. Where we put this 2 is anywhere we see the x. We now have 3 plus 2 times 2 to the third. Now there are no grouping symbols, but there are exponents. We must take care of the exponents first. That means we have 3 plus 2 times 2 to the third power is 8. 3 plus 16. 3 plus 16 equals 19. When x equals 2, we get a value of 19. Again, if we change the value of x, it's going to change the answer down here. Alright, now it looks a little more complicated. You'll notice there are both brackets and parentheses in this problem, and they alternate. We don't want to put parentheses right next to parentheses. It can look complicated. So we alternate them. But I see a pair of brackets, so I got to do everything inside the bracket. But then inside that bracket is a parenthesis, so I have to do the stuff inside the parentheses first. I'm going to rewrite everything outside of it. This 7 is kind of all by itself without an operation sign, which means it's multiplication right here. So now I have 7 with the bracket. This is multiplication. 18 minus 6 is actually 12. I still have the minus 6. I still have the bracket. So I've really taken care of these parentheses. I left them there just to say that's what all of that was really equal to. There's nothing left inside the parentheses except the number 12. So now I can do the 12 minus 6 part. I don't want to multiply yet because I have to take care of everything inside the parentheses first. 12 minus 6 will give me 6. And again, this is multiplication, which means 7 times 6 is 42. Following the order of operations, I get 42. If somebody accidentally takes 7 and multiplies it by 18, they're going to get a large number, subtract 6, they'll get the wrong answer. You must work your way out of the parentheses. And lastly, evaluate this problem. There are no grouping symbols, but there are exponents. So I need to take care of exponents first. That means I'm going to have 1/2 times 26 minus 3 to the second power is not 6, it's 9. Okay, I'm left with 2 operations, multiplication and subtraction. Multiplication should come before subtraction, so I need to do it. What is half of 26? Half of 26 is 13, and 13 minus 9 is equal to 4. Again, exponents, then multiplication, then subtraction. Order of operations.